I'm gonna give people a chance to come in, and then we gonna. I'm gonna give people a chance to, and then we gonna get started. What does this do? Welcome to chat. Remember to. Hey, Karen. Let's see what this does. Oh, that's boring. What's going on, Karen? Hopefully, a few more people will join us, but if not, we gonna get to chit chatting, and then I got a few things I want to. Where you going, Gizmo? Why does my shirt look? Okay, it's longer on this side. I think we did it there. I'm good. Let me find this article that I was reading from. So the New York Post. Hey, Demona. The New York Post and a few other news outlets released a statement today about Johnathan Majors. And it says that Johnathan Majors' reps dropped him after assault charges. So it's been reported that he was dropped after his domestic violence allegations, well, the alleged domestic violence allegations. It says the Creed 3 star, who is 33 years old, has reportedly been axed by his public relations firm, the lead company, as well as his management company, Entertainment 360, as of Monday. His team has parted ways with him following his recent arrest after a domestic dispute last month in New York City. So, of course, it talks about um, it goes into the domestic situation. It says the Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantonia, Quantumania actor was charged with strangulation, assault, and harassment. He has maintained his innocence and is set to appear in court. Oh, he doesn't go to court until May 8th. So his attorney is still saying that he is innocent. But the thing is, if you have been dropped by your management team, your PR firm, all of these folks then looked at this situation, because I'm pretty sure the last thing they wanted to do was drop him. But if they have looked at this situation and for a whole month, they have been going over, milling through, just, going through this stuff with a fine tooth comb, probably dealing with his attorney and everything. And if they have come to the conclusion to drop him, this is probably more serious than a lot of people want to let on. And if Disney comes out and releases a statement and says that he has been dropped from the Marvel movies, then we know that is something really serious. But what do they always say? Where there is smoke, there is fire. Especially if the smoke is dark. They didn't drop him for anything, because this man is at the top of his game. You know what I mean? Like, he is like legit up there with the likes of Michael B. Jordan. And he has been dropped and no other agency has come forward and say, hey, well, we got him. They dropped him, but we picked him up. And he's been quiet. He has been super, but he was really, I can't say that he was really quiet before all of this happened. Like, I don't think he is on social media or anything, because I did see him in an interview and he was like, no, I don't have social media. Like, I don't have Twitter. I don't do social media. I don't do any forms of social media. So, I wasn't expecting to see him anywhere on social media. And I'm pretty sure his attorney has probably told him, don't say anything to anybody until after your court date. So it's going to be interesting in May to see what comes out. What is said, because everything that comes out at his court date, that it's gonna be released to the public. And I'm not sure if Disney is waiting until his court date to make a decision, because I'm pretty sure they don't want to jump too fast. They don't want to jump the gun on this situation and then they say, fire him unjustly and then set themselves up to get into some trouble. So Disney is probably going to wait until after his court date in May, and after everything is settled at the court level, they're probably going to come in, and if that court date don't end in something positive, I'm pretty sure he will be fired from the Marvel universe. I'm pretty sure Disney is definitely not going to keep him. And I'm pretty sure if Disney fires him, that is going to put him in a position where he's probably going to be blackballed in Hollywood. And I would really hate to see that for him. But if you're out here abusing women, that's what you get. That's exactly what you get. Because, like, I was talking to my husband about this situation, even though, I want black people to win, and I know that black people are, especially black men, are punished harsher than anybody else. I never want to see, a black man in trouble. But if you're out here hurting women, then you get what you get. And you deserve every bit of it. And you don't need to win until you get some help. So that unfortunately is what is going on with Mr. Majors right now. I mean, I'm really hoping that if any of this stuff is true, that he gets the help that he needs. And so that, he can move forward, so that he can move forward in life and won't have this problem. So also today, I don't know if you guys watch the a set of family vloggers by the name of the Jacksons of Atlanta. They are a young couple in their 20s who have two sets of twins. Um, two sets of twin boys. So recently, about 7 months ago, the mother, whose name is Mahogany, it is Mahogany and Justin Jackson. So about 7 months ago, no, longer than that, because the baby is about 7 months old. Mahogany got pregnant again. And this was supposed to be the third set of twins. They told all of their subscribers that they were having a third set of twins. A third set of twins. So the entire pregnancy, they're telling everybody that they're having a third set of twins. They, can't wait until the babies get here and blah, blah, this and, the whole thing, um, taking donations, having people send them stuff for this third set of twins because they're having a third set of twins. Their whole claim to fame on their channel is having three sets of twins. So when it came time for the twins to be born, it was just one baby. It was one healthy baby boy. Now they clickbaited their subscribers, never told them what happened to the other twin. Never showed the other twin. Cause when you're vlogging everything. You're vlogging the pregnancy test, the going to the doctor, the ultrasounds and everything, and then you get to the finish line and you don't say what happened to the other baby. You just bring one baby home from the hospital. And I wasn't watching them then as much, and a lot of people were picking up the fact that it was always only one car seat. There was only one wristband. Mahogany wasn't taken to the operating room. She delivered in the room where you deliver when there's only one baby. Like, everybody knew it was one baby except for the subscribers. So now, flash forward 6 months later, she's pregnant again. She just announced on the channel today that she's pregnant. And she's very pregnant. Big belly pregnant. 5 months. She looks a good 5 months. Now, mind you, she just had a baby 6 months ago. Now, I know it can't happen. It can't happen. You can't get pregnant that quick if you're not, taking precaution and you're probably having sex before you should be. Because some people do. Or right after you got cleared. Some women do get pregnant that quick. But I see the same thing happening again. I see them. She's pregnant. She's only a couple of months pregnant, but because she's pregnant with twins, they just announced that she was pregnant today. And it was this, really grand pregnancy announcement. They went out of town, drone fly. I mean, it was spectacular. The pregnancy announcement was spectacular. Drone flying, makeup done, beautiful. Mahogany had on a beautiful prom dress. Justin had on an outfit from Shein. I mean, it was a lot going on in this pregnancy vlog. But she's huge. And I'm like, do they think that all their subscribers are crazy? Now, it is some, you're going to get some people who are subscribed to you that will believe anything. anything you post on your channel, they're going to believe it. But I can just see it coming. We're pregnant with twins. These are the twin girls. You know, they're going to play this whole story up for their subscribers because they already have 5 boys. 2 sets of twins, all boys, and then a single, and that's a boy also. So this is interesting. If you're not watching them now, if you don't like clickbait, because all of their videos are clickbait, and they're horrendously clickbaited videos. You know, like, oh, the baby fell in the toilet and drowned. You know, just crazy stuff. Like when those tornadoes were in, where were they? Texas. They posted a video that their house had been destroyed in the tornado, and they live in Atlanta. There weren't even any tornadoes in Atlanta. You know, just their whole channel is just a lot of clickbaity type videos. That's how they, I guess, garner a lot of attention to their channel. But if y'all want to get in on, you know, I really think it's going to be crazy, get in now. Get in now. Now's the time. Because she just announced that she was pregnant. So if you want to ride this train to Crazy Town, now is the time to get on. So you can make sure you don't miss nothing. Hey, Hello Smoke. Hey, Naya. They are the Jacksons of Atlanta. And you know, I would really love for some intelligent people to watch. Because so much stuff goes on this channel with these children. You know, and they don't seem smart enough to understand that when you do pranks on your children and you use your children, why did he do that? And you use your children in videos, you have to be very careful because they are looking at a lot of these family vloggers, because a lot of these family vloggers have done a lot of weird things with their children. This is them. They've done a lot of weird things with their small kids on, you know, on their videos. Because they do use their children for content. They have a family channel. They have a family channel, the Jacksons of Atlanta. And then both of the parents have their own channel separately. And then the children have their own channel. So the babies have a channel. They have a family channel. Then the mama has a channel, Mahogany. And then the father, Justin, has a channel because he is a minister. I left that part out. I left him being a minister. I left that part out because that has to be a whole entire video by itself. Because he is a minister. And he is normally on the channel sexualizing his wife, even in front of the children. Talking about her butt, how big her butt is, talking about them having sex, just all kind of stuff on the channel in front of the children. Like the kids were They were all sitting at the table one time, and I guess he was like trying to pass her or something, and he told the little boy, I can barely get through here. Look how big your mom's butt is. Your mom butt out here looking good. And the kids are small. They're under 5. I think the oldest twins are 4. And then the next set is 2. And then the baby is not even a year old yet, and she pregnant now. The baby can't be over 7 months because it doesn't look like he's sitting up unassisted. It doesn't look like he's able to sit up unassisted. He's not even eating, baby food or anything. I don't even think she started him on baby food yet. So he's young. He's 6, 7 months at the most. And then I think the older twins are 4. 3 or 4. Because they're not potty trained. They're in the process. She's in the process of potty training them. They're not completely potty trained. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. So, it's already 5 kids. They haven't said yet if she's pregnant with twins. So, it's either going to be 6 or 7. And I guess she said early on, I never heard her say this, but she has some type of condition where whenever she ovulates, she normally drops 2 eggs. And she said that's why the doctor said that they have had so many twins. I don't know if that's true. I never heard her say that, but it's been mentioned in the comments. And the interesting thing is, there are bigger bloggers who are starting to pick up the story because of some of the videos that they do. And because of this whole lying situation about the third set of twins. And there was not a third set of twins. There was just one baby. And there was never any mention to what happened to the other baby, or if there was another baby. I think that there just wasn't another baby, and for whatever reason, they didn't want to say it was another baby. Like, what difference does it make? You had a healthy child. You had a healthy child. So it shouldn't have mattered if it was a twin or not. And they have one of the children is autistic. He he is verbal, but his language is limited. And you can tell that Justin does not know how to deal with a special needs child. A lot of, people don't know how to deal with special needs children. But when you don't know how to deal with special needs children, that's something that you need to learn how to do as a parent. You can't just put that child in the corner or put them in their room or, tell them to always be quiet. When I watch the kids, you can tell kids that have a good rapport and good relationship with their parents. You can tell by the way that they act. Kids that love you, they want to be up under you. They always touching you and, coming close to you, climbing on you and everything. I have never seen these kids touch their parents. I've never seen them, reach up towards their, kids are always wanting you to pick them up, or, daddy twirl them around, or, play with daddy and all. I've never seen these children even attempt to touch their father. And that's just weird to me. Like the way that the children react to Justin and Mahogany is just off. It's just something slightly off. I've never seen kids act like that. Like the kids are not running around the house playing, and there's it's not toys everywhere like a normal household with 5 kids would be. I had 2 kids and my house was chaotic. You know what I mean? It was, kid toys and kids playing and, read to me. What's this book? Come in, you touching me, sitting in my lap, hugging me, stuff that kids do. Kids want to be close to you. Their parents, and you stay at home parents, you at home with them all day. Yeah, they close. They're normally kids like that are really close to you, especially to mama. But it just seems like something is just slightly off with the children and the parents. And I'm not the only one that is seeing this. I was watching this young man's video last night, and this young man, he he was one of them that can edit and go to their video and was pulling, stuff out of their video, putting it in. I mean, he had it down. Do you hear me? He had it. And he was just going at them. And I said, all it's going to take is a couple of more people talking about them and running through their videos with a fine tooth comb. And these people, y'all gonna mess around and be in some trouble. My grandkids, I could not sit nowhere without them climbing on me, trying to comb my hair, taking my glasses off, just, just all up, just busy. Pulling, my necklace. You could have a whole couch. Your grandkids gonna sit in your lap. All this space on the couch, on the bed, or whatever, they gonna be with you. All my grandkids were like that. My kids were like that. But their children seem to have a disconnect. I'm a grandma. Okay? I'm a grandma. I got 2 kids and 7 grandkids. I know kids. And I worked in early childhood development. I ain't no dummy. You know what I mean? Like, kids are not strangers to me. I didn't raise kids, and I worked in a group home with teenagers. So I've seen the development of kids from birth until 18. So I know how, kids are supposed to act. Even children who are, even children who have special needs. I've worked with children who have special needs. There is normally not a disconnect between parent and child unless it's something, something going on. Like you're just, unless the parent is standoffish. If the parent is standoffish, of course, that's going to make the child standoffish. Because when they come to you and you're pushing them back, they're like, all right, let me leave you alone. Because it seems like the kids when Justin and Mahogany are filming, it seems like the kids spend a lot of time in their bedrooms, in their cribs. So this is going to be interesting to watch because I've never watched any of their other complete pregnancies. Like when I jumped on, like really started watching them, they had already had all these kids. I'm late to the party. I'm late to the five kids, but I'm on this sixth one. So I'm gonna ride this train and see, you know, how everything is gonna go. Now, see, I'm here. I've been here since you announced you was pregnant. So I'm on time for this one. I RSVP'd. I got here. I'm here. So I'm gonna ride this one out. This is gonna be interesting. But you know how some people are just predictable. I can already see that they're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's we went to the doctor and it's twins. We having this gonna be our third set of twins." I already feel it in my spirit that they're gonna do the same thing again that they did before, and it was just one baby. Not that I care, because I'm not, going to be, hey, KK, I'm not going to send them a dime. We're talking about the Jacksons of Atlanta. I don't know if you watch them. I'm not going to be sending them no money. But I can see, I really feel that that's what's going to happen. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, we haven't, since they announced that they were having a baby today, and she was so big and pregnant. I'm like, so you held this information for her? And I think what they're going to do is because she's so big, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, she having twins. So the next video, because they usually drop a video every day. So they probably going to give it a couple of days to let it marinate that she pregnant. And then the next video is, this thing looks so crazy on my thumb. This is a splint for my trigger finger. Because I know y'all like, what the hell is that on her thumb? I know if I was watching somebody's video and I saw something that looked like, I would be like, what is that on her thumb? But it is a splint that I wear to keep my finger from going into the trigger position. And speaking of that, I will be getting a talk to the doctor today with his secretary. So I will be getting the steroid shot Friday morning. So hopefully it'll be all over, and I want to wear this. The weird thing is I had one in this thumb maybe about 2, 3 years ago, and it never came back. So I'm just praying to God that that happens again, that I'll get a steroid shot and it'll stop and it won't come back. So just in case you were wondering what that is, it's a splint. But yeah, I need somebody, I need the smart people to start watching the Jacksons of Atlanta with me. Because you know how sometimes when you get subscribers, you get people that are subscribed to the channel, they don't want to see anything. And they'll just accept everything that happens. Oh, I love them so much. They're such great people. Even though they're doing all kind of crazy stuff that makes absolutely no sense. People just accept it. I'm not one of those people. If you're doing something crazy and your kids are, looking like they're scared of you, or, not looking happy, and you're forcing them to talk and not allowing them to just be organically children. Like the kids don't say anything unless the parents tell them to say it. Are you happy? Say you happy. I'm happy. It's like the poor kids are just like shit. They don't say anything unless they have that kind of look about them. Like they look nervous. And it's kind of scary to me. It's like they don't have that natural kid, playful, running around the house, just having a good time. They don't have that look. They have that, oh my God, if I do, I'm not going to, say anything unless daddy, and it's mostly around the dad. Unless daddy tells me it's okay to speak. That's like the only time that I talk. And and our girl Adrian. I don't know what happened to Adrian yesterday, but it looks like she cussed out all her subscribers. She cussed out everybody that was on live. I don't know what they did. I don't know what they did to her, but she done cussed them out. And Adrian, sweetheart, if your videos say that they are made for children, all you have to do is when you get ready to upload your video, there's a box you can click that says not made for children. It is such an easy fix. Either you can go into your YouTube studio, and if you don't have YouTube studio, please download it on your phone. I don't want to show y'all this, but that is what it looks like on your phone. Download YouTube Studio on your phone and you can take care of everything from there. All of your content, you can go in and if anything on a video needs to be edited or changed, if the video says made for children, you can go in then and click on not made for children. You can fix that in YouTube Studio. Or when you get ready to upload your videos, make sure when you're uploading your video, you have clicked the button not for children. Now, if you have a computer, you can go into your YouTube Studio on your computer and set a default not for children. Then you don't have to worry about it every time you upload your videos. It is such an easy fix. You said that you were having a problem with that. If you have any problems, you can email me. I can show you how to fix that because it's a very easy fix. You don't have to get mad at YouTube. No one at YouTube is trying to stop your progress. That is defaulted into their system, but you have to go in and check the box when you upload your videos that it's not for children. All of us go through that. It's not just you. So I hope that you can fix that and not be upset with your subscribers, because the majority of people who are subscribed to you do not have a clue of what we have to go through to upload videos, what we have to go through from monetization. They don't have a clue about that because they're not doing it. So it doesn't make any sense to get upset with your subscribers because they don't know what's going on. I really feel for Adrian. I just really think she has it has to be frustrating not having anywhere permanent to live. When your living situation is messed up and you are trying to figure out on a daily basis where you're going to lay your head at night, I know that that has to be stressful. And no matter how, we laugh and make jokes about Adrian, some of the stuff she does is funny. But, her struggling, to me, that's not funny because I struggle too with editing and, some the editing software, some of that stuff is just it's just not really easy for me to grasp it. Now there are some things that I can do, but it's a lot of stuff that I can't. And I would not want to be in a position just being frustrated online, and there are people out here that know how to do something, especially other women or other black women that know how to do it and won't tell me. So, I'm not sure if she'll see this video. Maybe if someone else who knows her sees this, they can go back and tell her, hey, it's an easy fix. This lady, Omo Shun, said she will help you, fix it if you can't understand it. But it's very simple. When you get ready to upload your video, just make sure you look before you upload and click not for children. There should be a box there. I have an iPhone, but I'm pretty sure it's on the Android also, because the systems should not be too different. But it's really easy. Um, it's a really easy fix, because if you don't fix it, it's going to happen on all of your videos. So that is something that you want to look at and fix. There's a lot of YouTube verse that I've been watching saying that YouTube is doing the same thing on their channel, saying that it's for kids when it's not. But that's the content creator's fault. You have to go in there and fix it. YouTube, like 2 years ago or something, sent all content creators a memo, not a memo, something, and said you have to check not for kids. If you're not going to go in and set it as a default setting on your computer, every time you upload a video, you're going to have to do it. Now, YouTube has changed their regulations again, and they probably updated the system. And if it's not set as a default, you're going to have to go into your system and set it as a default, or you're going to have to look every single solitary time you upload a video. And you'll know that yours is messed up. You'll know you didn't do it because no one will be able to comment on your video until you fix it. So I try to make sure, because the same thing happened to my son. And he was like, why can't nobody comment on my videos? I said, did you check the thing to see if you have it set for children? And he went in and his was set. And as soon as he took it off, his videos were fine. So that's on the content creator. That's not on YouTube. So they have to fix it. Yeah, but see, the thing is, I don't think she knows anybody else. Well, she does know one guy that's doing YouTube, so I don't know why she hasn't asked him for help. I mean, because editing does not come easy for me. And I use, what is it? I use my I use my phone to edit iMovie. I use iMovie to edit, and I can only use it on my phone. I still have not figured out how to use iMovie on my computer. And I have tried to do it, and it's like every time I try, it's just because it looks different. iMovie looks different on your phone than it does on your computer. It's much easier on your phone. But I want to learn how to do it on the computer because the screen is bigger and but I haven't got it yet. So I know how it feels to want to do something and you can't do it. So, um, I hate to see her upset over stuff like that because it's an easy fix. If it was something that wasn't easy, it would be different, but that's a really simple fix. Yeah, you have to click not for children because if you don't, now they have it set where you won't get any comments. They'll hold all comments if if you have it set for children. And I think she got upset because there was no comments on her live. I think when she did her live, some kind of way, it it was set. It was set on there. So I don't know. Oh, are we gonna eat this? We already been on here an hour. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. Cause I really wanted my husband to do it with me, but he being mean. He was like he don't want to do it. I was like, come on. How nasty can it be? It's not like it's gonna taste like pizza. I'm pretty sure it's just gonna taste like candy. I was like, come on, don't you want to do it with me? And he was like, no. I want somebody to do it with me. And Gizmo can't do it because he doesn't eat anything sweet. He will sniff it and go in the opposite direction. Yeah, I can't, I don't, I use the laptop to, I use the laptop to go live because I use StreamYard. But I don't, I don't use it to, and then I use it for YouTube Studio. Like if I got to go into my YouTube Studio, well, I use my phone and the laptop for. I use both of them if I want to go in and do something in YouTube Studio. But editing, I use my phone because um, it's a lot easier for me. I just have, and I have watched videos and everything. Like it just seemed like people assume, like when I watch editing videos on YouTube, it's like people that do the editing videos, it's like they assume that you already know how to do it. If I knew how to do it, I wouldn't be watching. I wouldn't need your video. I need you to go step by step, like from the beginning, the how to open. I need that. Like I need remedial editing because it's bad. I don't know how to do anything. Hey Tina. Hey slow running Tina. Every time I think about you now, I'm thinking about that dog on our heels and you running all slow like we not getting chased by a dog. I can't get that out of my mind now. Every time here goes slow running Tina. Every time I see your name now, I have PTSD of them dogs chasing us. And I can't for the life of me figure out why I would even be thinking. You like not having comments? Oh yeah. Well, lately my comments have been cool. Every now and then I'll get somebody like I had a Christian come on one of my videos and was like, witchcraft. I haven't been having any like bad comments lately. Now I've had some crazy comments in the past. Hey Melissa, crazy comments in the past, but lately my comments have been pretty cool. I mean, I have a filter, and then the comments that get filtered, I don't even read those because I know they gonna be crazy. So I don't even go over there and look at the filtered comments. I don't worry about them. I'll let YouTube deal with that. Yeah, okay. I ain't gonna say nothing about them no more because I definitely don't want to have that dream again. So I mean I like, and I try to respond back to all my comments, and I haven't gotten to the point where my comments are, it's so many that I don't have time to respond back. I try to respond back to all my comments. Some people I will type something back to, some I try to at least heart them all. Now, some people, I'll respond back to them or, say something. Yeah, that's what I do too, Tina. I put words that can't be typed in the chat or on the channel so that I won't hear them. So I won't see them. So my comments they haven't been bad lately, which is a good thing. I mean, we go through seasons. Like I'm in a good season right now. I may post a video that get a whole lot of views, and then I get some crazy. She just bust out was like witchcraft. It's like, all right then. I was like, I'm a Christian. I don't know what you talking about. Shit. But I don't argue with these people. I'm not out here trying to make the Christians mad. I don't have time to, you know. I'm not I'm not in a season of wanting to justify myself to anybody because I know who I am. And I'm not going to try to convince you or try to make you believe that I am so and so. No, I don't care. I don't care who you think I am. I don't care what you think I do. I don't care. If you think I'm going to hell, that's where I'm going. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. Because I'm not wasting my energy on some random person on the internet. I don't know you. I will never meet you. Never. And you think I care about how you. I don't care. Which crowd? Okay. Whatever you think. If you think it, if you like it, I love it. I don't care. Because your thought means absolutely nothing to me. Nothing whatsoever. I don't give a damn. Naya said my first troll on TikTok commented on my first TikTok video. Make it true. Girl, these people don't be having no filter. They have absolutely no filter. And a lot of these people who say stuff like that and do stuff like that on TikTok, they have no control in their real life. They would never, in their real life, they would never ever think about walking up to somebody and saying something like that. They just wouldn't. But it's so easy to do it on TikTok or on social media, period. Because I've said crazy stuff to people on social media that I would never say in real life. Social media kind of, for a minute, turned me into a mean girl. Like, I was out here saying some crazy stuff to people. And I was talking to my son about that one day, and he was like, leave these people alone. He was like, Mama, you are not doing that. I was like, yeah, I am. He was like, stop doing that. Leave these. And I wouldn't even tell my husband how crazy I be acting on social media. Like, if he saw some of the stuff that I used to put on social media, he probably would be like, give me that computer. Don't you touch that damn computer no more. I used to be mean, like seriously mean on social media. Like, I would cut you down. Cut you. But I stopped. I'm a nice person now. Tina said Christians are gang members. Girl, they are. They be sometimes they be coming for me. I think Christians know other Christians. There's a certain spirit and light on this. Girl, these Christians be over here, girl. They be coming for my neck. They be mad at me. Mad. Especially when I tell them that I'm a Christian. They be like, no, you're not. Like, how you gonna tell me what I am and am not? How? Yeah, they be mad at me, girl. They be through. You got those crystals. You can't be a Christian. Girl, you can't tell me what I can and cannot be. You don't know what relationship I have with the Lord. Me and Jesus, we tight. Yeah, and see, that's the thing too. That's the thing too, Naya. A lot of these people that be out here talking super crazy are kids. 15, 16-year-old kids. They're children. And who gonna, as an adult, be sitting up arguing with somebody's kid? Boy, if you don't go to bed, I've been asking a lot of these Christians that, come and talk crazy to me and stuff. Why are you following me? What led you to this side of YouTube? What are you doing? Why are you looking at crystals? How did you get here? And then they want to get quiet because you're interested. If you weren't interested, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. You're interested. Something about, because my channels, I don't clickbait. Whatever is in the title is what I'm talking about. If I'm talking about cards, they're in the title of the video. So why would you even click on that and watch it and then leave a crazy comment? Why are you watching? Because you're interested. You're interested in it. That's why you're watching. Yeah, they need to do a check. What's going on? What's going on? You interested in that? And I don't have a problem with you being. I don't have a problem with people. Period. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what you do. Your salvation is not in my hands. What goes on in your heart is between you and the Lord. It don't have nothing to do with me. I don't care. I don't care if you like crystals. I don't care who you like. Okay? I don't. I don't care who you like. I don't care what it is you're attracted to. I don't care about none of that stuff. And I don't want you to care about me either. Leave me alone. Cause I'm gonna do what I wanna do. And if there are consequences, I'm gonna deal with them when I get there. Okay? But for right now, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm not doing nothing in this world to hurt or hinder nobody else. So let me be me and you be you. And when I close my eyes for the final time, I will deal with the Lord accordingly. That's all we can do anyway. It don't make no sense to live your life scared on a daily basis. Don't the Bible say he didn't give us a spirit of fear? He don't want us to live in fear. He wants us to be happy and, live a happy life. So that's what I'm doing. Now, if I'm doing something wrong, when I get to heaven, he going to have to tell me, girl, I told you not to do that. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Don't your blood cover a multitude of sins? I sinned. I'm sorry. I repent. That's supposed to be it, ain't it? Ain't that supposed to be it? The blood has already covered me. Don't Ain't that what y'all Christians love to say? I'm covered by the blood. I'm covered by the blood. That's my philosophy. I am covered by the blood. Okay? And so are you. So when somebody tell you you ain't doing something right, just tell them I'm covered by the blood. Melissa say you've been honest and open from the get-go. That's what I love about you, and your wisdom is off the charts. You told me if I was sensitive to, yeah, if that's gonna bother you, you got to go. Don't stay here if it's gonna bother you, because I'm not gonna change. I'm not going to change who I am. And if it's gonna bother you that I consider myself a Christian and I do things that may be contrary to how you believe, your belief. Because see, your belief to me may be limited. My belief ain't limited. I don't serve a limited God. My belief is broad. And if your belief is limited, and what I'm doing is going to bother you, then you should go, because you can't change me. But I love the Lord. I'm a Christian first. Before anything else, I'm a Christian because that's my foundation. Now, I like a whole lot of other things, but Christianity is my foundation. I love the Lord. I accepted him as my Savior as a young child, and I still stand on that foundation. But there are other things that I enjoy doing also. My belief has expanded. And I believe everybody's belief, after a certain while, our beliefs start to expand. We start to accept gay people. We have accepted homosexuality. We look at the sin and not the person. We accept the person. We still believe that certain things are sin, but once you start to expand, you still have that love of Christ for the person. Okay? And you understand that in the end, the only person that can really judge that person is God. Their judgment is going to come at the end. So all of our beliefs have expanded, right? I'm hoping yours have. And when you look at people, you can separate sin from the actual person. That's like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. The baby gonna get dirty. He gonna have a whole blowout. It's gonna be dookie everywhere. The baby, when they have a blowout, dookie come all through the diaper and everything. You don't put the baby in the bathtub and just get so frustrated that you just throw everything away. No, you clean the baby up. You probably throw them clothes away. Because I'm not putting no dookie clothes in the washing machine. Just throw them pajamas away. Get you some more. And you throw the dirty bath water out. You keep the baby. You clean the baby up. That's sin. And a person's sin. You can look at them and separate their sin from them. But we all sin. We all doing something. We doing something. Ain't none of us perfect. So maybe to you, my sin is crystals. You're looking at me. I can't see you. I don't know what your sin is. You could, your whole house could be full of alcohol. You could be a crackhead, for all I know. But I can't see your sin. But you can see mine because you're tuned in to me. But learn how to separate that from the person and do what Jesus told us to do, which was to love. Even when you correcting someone, you're supposed to correct them in love. You don't just come to somebody, oh, you witch. That's not love. You're not going to draw me to the kingdom like that. Just flat out call me a witch. Didn't even say, hey, Miss Emotion, I'm really worried about you, or can I talk to you about our Lord and Savior? Witch. I know. That ain't gonna bring me to Christ. I think even me with the title of witch, it's easier for me to bring somebody to Christ than some of y'all mean ass Christians. Shit. At least I'm gonna love you. I hope some of them hear this. Melissa said, I try to worry about my own problems and let God take care of the rest. I'm a sinner like everybody else. Girl, I'm too busy worrying about myself than I am anybody else. I'm way too busy. I don't care about your sin. I don't care about pointing out your sin because I don't want you to point out mine. I'm not that person. That's not me. I know we supposed to, help each other, and I'm that's not where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get my own house in order. What they say, just like when you're on an airplane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before you try to help your child, or don't put theirs on first. Put yours on first, then help them. I'm trying to get my own house in order. If I don't get myself straight, I can't help you. If my mind is full of confusion and I'm all over the place, I'm trying to do this, I can't help you. So let me get myself straight. Then I'll help you get straight. I'm too busy trying to get myself straight to be pointing at you and telling you what you doing. Don't go over here. Don't go over there. Don't drink that. Don't do you too fat. You eating too you gluttonous. You eating too much. Stop having sex and all. No, I'm not gonna be doing that. Do what you want to do. Shit, and worry about it when you get to heaven. Okay, love the Lord. Love the Lord. Live right and worry about the rest of it when you get to heaven. Because that's what I'm doing. If I get there, I'm going to be like, I'm so glad I lived. I'm so glad I lived my life and didn't worry about it. I'm going to get to heaven and be like, see, I told them. They didn't listen to me. I didn't live my life. I did everything I wanted to do. Get to heaven and the door wide open. I don't want to get to heaven and feel like I didn't even live because I was too busy trying to get to heaven. I didn't even get a chance to enjoy the time that I was on earth because I was too busy trying to get to heaven. That ain't the life I want to live. And then Jesus gonna be like, did nobody tell you to live like that? Nobody told you not to have fun. No one told you that. That you built that up in your mind. I ain't tell you that. So I'm a do whatever I want to do. If I want to wear crystals, if I want, I'm gonna do it. Sweep around your own front door. That's right. I'm too busy trying to get my own house in order. And I think that's what everybody should be doing. And if we were all doing that, we would have less time in other people's business. Oh, that young man who was shot by this crazy white dude, thank God, is at home. And somebody, see, you know, this pendulum swings both ways. Either be some crazy Christians or the you either get the crazy believers or the non-believers. So I had posted, like, thank God the young man is at home. And somebody was like, oh, don't thank God, thank the doctors. Don't thank God, thank the doctors. Because let me read this comment. They said, I said, thank God he's been released from the hospital and is recovering at home. And this person said, thank the doctors. Thank the people who are bringing this to public attention. God ain't done nothing but witness another child get shot and survive. So, you get both extremes. And I was like, wow. If you don't want to thank God, just don't. You didn't even have to say that. That kind of stuff irritates me too. Just like, Christians that's how I know, like, okay, yeah, I love the Lord. Because don't play with him like that. We all have free will. God gave us free will. And we make a whole lot of mistakes. And things like this is part of it. God does not step in and stop every situation that happens. He does not. So things happen. And I do, when kids survive or It wasn't this young man's time to leave because this man shot him twice, and this boy was able to go home. His family could have been preparing for a funeral, but they're not. So Naya said, I'm probably going to make a video telling my story about how God delivered me from being a stripper and a sex worker. I can't judge nobody. Okay, girl, you better tell your testimony. Make that video. I got a testimony too. I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it because I had a situation, you know, that I have talked about it before, but not on social media. So yeah, um, I'm gonna talk about it one day. But we all have our stories to tell, our testimonies you know, to talk about. And I'm always believe that, there is a God. Oh, we all a work in progress, sweetheart. What is my name? It's on the screen. That's my name. We all a work in progress. We should be. We should constantly be working on ourselves. If you're not working on yourself, you're not going to grow. If the only way you can grow is if you're working on yourself. You're trying to you see things in your life that you want to be different. If you don't want to grow, then don't do nothing. I'm constantly reading books, but I love to read. I've always loved to read. So I don't, reading is not like I'm forcing myself to read. I love to read. So I, I'm always reading and watching documentaries. I have gotten into these crazy um documentaries about amusement park rides that failed. Like roller coasters that have had accidents and people. I don't know how I got on to watching these, but it's a guy on YouTube and he makes all of these videos about what has happened at certain amusement parks. And there are two amusement parks here in the Bay Area. I did not know that they have both had very serious um accidents there. I didn't even know it. And I was like, "Oh gosh, like one of them a child was killed and that ride was like dismantled." And I was like, "Okay, like I didn't even know that. I live in the Bay Area. Like where what but like in the 90s, that was like the throes of my children. I was like busy being a mom and everything, so I probably missed it. Am I on Goodreads? No, what's that? Do you watch the Braxton film? I didn't know it was still. Is that still on? Braxton Family Values is still on. I don't watch. I don't watch those type of shows. I don't watch like Real Housewives. I don't watch reality. I don't watch reality TV anymore. Did you hear that story on the news about the married couple from India that committed suicide as a self-sacrifice? No, was it recently? Did it happen recently? No, I didn't hear about that. I used to watch the Braxton Family back in the day, but I haven't watched. I thought the show went off. I haven't watched them in years. I don't watch. I stopped watching. Like Housewives and all of that because they don't really do anything on there but argue and fight and keep up a lot of drama. I know drama makes for good television, but it's irritating to me. Like it irritates my spirit. So, um I don't watch that kind of stuff. I watch more documentaries and comedy and stuff like that. Oh no. No, Naya, I didn't hear about that. But I don't watch the news either. The only time that I see the news is uh if it's a sound bite on YouTube or something. I stop watching the news because it's always bad news. And I just got like tired of hearing bad. I got tired of hearing a lot of bad news, and it had gotten to the point where, because we used to live in a city that had a lot of bad news, like a lot of home invasions and people's cars getting broken into, and not really drive-bys, but just stuff. And when you hear that so much and take that stuff into your spirit so much, I started to have anxiety. I was like, because my husband was like working late and it would just be me and the dog at home because the our kids had, moved out and stuff because they was grown. And I would be at home by myself, and it had just got to the point where that stuff was like making me nervous. So I stopped watching the news. Yeah, see, the only way that I will probably see something like that is if somebody else is talking about it and I see it, or if I'm scrolling on TikTok or something and someone mentions it, because I don't watch the news. Or unless I see it on Facebook, because I don't watch the news anymore. It's a site for readers. I joined it and shared my thoughts as I read The Haunted Forest Tour by James A. Moore and Jeff Strand. No, because I don't really like to. Um, I don't really do like book clubs or read alongs, or most of the books that I read, ain't nobody else gonna be reading that. So I don't normally. I done got out of all mostly. I mean, I may still belong to groups and stuff on Facebook, but I don't really participate. The only group that I kind of participate on in Facebook is that 70s group where I always get like the old fashioned stuff that I be posting. That's about the only group that I really get into right now. I need to go back to get back into my plant groups because I do want to get some plants that's going to do well outside. I have a few out there, but I don't have nearly as many as I used to. So that's it, y'all. We've been on here over an hour. I think I'm a beg my husband. Yeah, in Oakland. We used to live in Oakland. We don't live there now though. It was rough in Oakland. People used to like compare Oakland to like Chicago. But I don't think Oakland was as bad as Chicago though. Chicago, it seems like Chicago has way more murders and more gang violence than Oakland does. I don't think Oakland has like a really a lot of organized gang violence. Now they have kids that probably claim certain gangs or whatever, but like organized gang violence in Chicago and some of these other places, Oakland's not like that, I don't think. Honestly, when I lived in California from New York, I had never seen so many people die. So you think California is worse than New York? I think New York is worse than California. Chicago and New York, I think is worse than I think it's worse than California. Okay. So God, okay. Memphis. Oh, I'm surprised. Memphis has the highest rate of gang violence. Memphis, Detroit. This is hard to believe because I don't see Chicago in here. Memphis, Detroit, Little Rock, Tacoma, St. Louis, Kansas City, Cleveland. See, we're not nowhere near here. Baltimore, Baton Rouge is 25. Number 25. Where are we? Atlanta is 34. Ooh, Modesto, California is 45. See, Oakland is not and I'm surprised that Oakland is not on the list. I don't think California is that bad. I mean, petty crimes like car break-ins and stuff like that, stores being broken into. It's a lot of that in California. But I just ordered a book on EFI written by the Babalao who read me the other day. Oh, okay. Well, when you get it, let me see it. Yeah, I mean, I know New York is bad. New York is has a high population of gang violence. Also, they've New York has always had a lot of the real gangs and mobsters and because I finished that what was it, The Godfather of New York, and it was based on a true story. What was his name? Bumpy Johnson. He was the a high ranking mobster. And so it was like the black people in New York and the Italians, the different mob groups. So New York has always had a high population of gangs and mobsters and all kind of stuff. I don't think we had all that stuff here in California. I mean, there are gangs in California, but not the Bay Area. I think the gang violence is more prevalent in Los Angeles, like, the Crips and the Bloods and stuff. That it's not as big. The Crips and the Bloods and stuff ain't that big out here in Northern California. But in LA, that was a thing in the 80s. It wasn't that big out here. Yeah, New York always had the mobsters, and even like in the 50s and 40s, and prohibition times and all of that stuff. And of course, when crack and all of that kind of stuff was um big. Yeah, a lot of the hoods have been gentrified. Even a lot of the hoods in Oakland. A lot of the places in West Oakland that used to be completely black people are now white. Even where we moved from, this is when that times is a changing. When I was walking my dog one morning and I see a white lady just like running down the street in her, Lululemon type jogging attire. She's just, walking down the street, and then houses start to go on the market and be remodeled. In one of the houses that wasn't too far from where we live, we went to look at it, and that house was like $1 million in the hood. I was like, oh yeah, times is a changing. Let me see if I can show y'all the price on this house. I don't want y'all to see the address stuff, but I just want y'all to see the price. This is a 5 bedroom. You see the price? You see that? This is a 5 bedroom, 3 bath here in California. Did you see that? But that's not in the hood though. But even in the hood. Now I'm telling you, where we moved from, it wasn't like the hood, but it was hood adjacent. That's like if you get in your car and drive maybe 2 miles, you gonna hit the hood. And the houses were starting to be remodeled and going for $1 million. Now this house is in a really nice area though. But still $1 million is a lot of money. But that's California. That is California. That's if you don't want to live where somebody is breaking in cars and every other house is a pit bull. That's what you got to pay. Because they are, a lot of these places are being gentrified and the rents are going up. But something is going to have to give though. Because, we are getting to a point where people cannot afford to live. And it's ridiculous. I, think back my first apartment, and I thought this was high. My first apartment was a 1 bedroom on the 3rd floor. But I was in my 20s. I was in good shape. So going up and down the steps wasn't, that much of a problem for me. but it was a one bedroom and it was $400 a month. And I thought that was high. You can't rent a garage for $400 a month. $400 a month. I had my own parking space and every honey, I thought we was living the life. $400 a month. And I was complaining about that. Shit. You can't get a one bedroom nowhere for no $400 a month. Not now. Not in California. Now you may be able to do that someplace else. In Tupelo, Mississippi or something. Back scratch Alabama. But you definitely not doing that in California. And yes, I did say back scratch Alabama. Gizmo, you ready to go outside and use the bathroom? What time is it? Yeah, it's about time for you to go pee. You ready to go pee? You ready to go pee pee? Come on, you gotta go pee. Hold on. Wait a minute. As soon as I get off here. We stayed in the Bronx 2 weeks ago because we went to see the Yankees play baseball. I had a eye-waking experience. So many homeless people. My husband wanted to buy me a handbag and I wouldn't let him. I was ashamed. People in. Well, don't come to California, girl. Because, honey, these homeless out here will set your heart on fire. You will have a fit. Because a lot of homeless people flock to California because the weather is so good. You know what I mean? Because it's very rare that we have temperatures where you can't stay in a sleeping bag. Cause it don't snow here. You know what I mean? It's only gonna get so cold here. Like you could live in a sleeping bag. You could live in a tent here in California. I mean, we did have some rain this winter, like a little bit more rain than we normally have. But honey, these homeless people out here be like building structures, or they be going deep into like the wooded areas and stuff. They make it work because the temperatures is only gonna get so cold. There is a lot of homeless people here. A lot. At one point, the hospital that I go to is brand new. Like they just rebuilt this hospital maybe about 5 years ago. The Kaiser that I go to. Now, across the street from the Kaiser is this very well known park in Oakland. And it was full of homeless people until Kaiser was like, okay, we can't have people coming to this brand new state of the art hospital and be looking at all these homeless people. Honey, they got with the city of Oakland and they cleaned up that park. Because, like sometimes the nurses and doctors and stuff on their lunch wanted to maybe go across the street to the park and sit down and relax on nice days. They couldn't even do that because there was so many homeless people over there. Like California, the Bay Area has a huge percentage of homeless people. Oakland, the Bay Area, and San Francisco. So if you come here, you gonna see the same thing that you saw there. People everywhere, especially in the summer. I mean, even in Berkeley, there's always been homeless. They got People's Park. That's where all the homeless people get together, and sometimes they be out there playing music, and they have stuff set up out there to help each other. Usually the police and stuff leave them alone. unless they, just do too much. But yeah, the homeless population is huge. My friend grew up in California her whole life, taught me when looking for apartments out there not to apply for places that have an address with three numbers and one letter. Hmm. I ain't never seen that. Most of our addresses have four numbers. Yeah, I've never seen that because they're gang affiliated hoods. I don't know how these people make it in that cold. Me either. Yeah, I don't see how they make it in New York. I don't see how they make it in cold weather. Like places where it's snowing and stuff. I know they do set up like, you know, shelters and stuff for people, but I don't even see how they stay on the street during the day when it's like snow on the ground and stuff. We only gonna get so much. As a matter of fact, I thought it was supposed to rain today, but it didn't. Yeah, we ain't get no rain. And it's supposed to be in the 70s on the weekend, which is cool. So, I mean, the temperatures here are pretty moderate because we about to get away from it wasn't like super cold here anyway, like the 40s and 50s. You can put on a coat, and if you got a decent sleeping bag and tent, you okay here in California. But I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't want to do that in New York or Minnesota. Places where it's snow. Like I wouldn't want to do that in Reno or Tahoe, where it's like really snowing. They get real snow. That's about 3 hours from us. I wouldn't want to be homeless there. I wouldn't want to be in, no city where I know it's going to be cold. But some people have gotten used to it. And some people, of course, who have mental illness, they're not going to do anything different. They would rather be on the streets than in a shelter or, someplace where they can get some help, unfortunately. So that's it, y'all. I will be back tomorrow. I can't help but hope that Jonathan Majors does not lose everything behind this. I'm never hoping anything bad for somebody. But if he does have a problem, you know, and he did hurt that woman, then of course I want him to be punished. But in his being punished, I hope that he doesn't lose everything. Because it's so hard when you're rooting for somebody for them to make a mistake and then you still don't want them to lose everything that they work for because we all make mistakes. Some of our mistakes are worse than others, you know? So we're going to see because I'm pretty sure when he goes to court in May, if it comes out that it was something really bad, then I'm pretty sure Disney um is going to drop him, which will be sad because once they drop him, he probably going to be blackballed. So I will see you guys. I'm not going to say I'll see you every day because if I don't have anything to talk about, I ain't coming. If something interesting happens, I'll come. If I have something to talk about, I'll come. But if I don't, then if you don't see me, and I let you guys know. If I'm not coming, usually I will let you guys know in the community tab. Hey, no live today, or I ain't coming today, or whatever. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for showing up. I love you guys. Bye.